All right, so we've worked our way around here. Now we're to this clamp, the fancy pants clamp here. I think I mentioned in the beginning of this series, we're going to do this on the rotary table. This would really be an ideal CNC part, but anyway, we're going to do this on the rotary table, which will be a lot of fun. I got a big round brass chunk that we're going to take this out of, and there's the drawing, dimension drawing. So we're going to profile around this little monkey here, slot that out, bore that hole, and then the second ops are the side holes, and then we got a bunch of handwork on the various radii that are on this. So let's jump over on the mill and get our brass block going, and let's go to town. All right, we're all set up here on the rotary table here. So there's our little center point there. So there's going to be a hole here, and then a slot, and then our thing comes up and goes around, something like that. That's a loose interpretation of the clamp. So we've got an arc center here, we've got an arc center here, and then clearly one there. So basically we're going to mill this profile and then these straight sections. And so there's an arc center and an arc center that happen to correspond to this diameter here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to drill these undersize, and so it just helps us visually do this thing. So how much do you rotate it? That's the next question, right? So if you think about what's left, so all this is rotation, right? All the way around here. And we don't want to rotate through this area, right? So if you think about this as an angle here, right? If you think about that as an angle between that point and that point, we subtract that from a full circle. Now, just by happenstance, this happens to be 60 degrees here between there and there, between that point and that point. So we're going to rotate 300 degrees of rotation here between this point and this point, and then we'll lift out and we'll straighten up. Anyway, you'll see. It's kind of fun. Rotary table work is kind of fun. This is a little rotary table that I made actually quite a few years ago now. It's 4-inch diameter. And it's graduated in decimal degrees. So whatever comes out of your calculator, you can plug it straight into here. You don't have to convert degrees, minutes, and seconds, which is always a pain in the neck, right? So so we got our mini pallet clamps here. I'm pretty sure I tightened these up. Let's just make sure Mr. Bozo didn't come to town here. And then we're going to mill this down, and then we're going to dice it off, and we're going to have a nice little clamp. Not on my my Bozo marks there, so it's kind of disconcerting. And then that's just a reminder. This is the part we're making right here. So that's the little radius I just drilled right there, and then the one on the other side, and then I drilled the center. So just as a reminder. All right, so let's do a little light skim cut in that bore. We'll go down 5 thou or something like that, and our offset is let's go 200. Start with, and then we'll go around. See what that looks like. I got my 0 over here. 0. And And this is just a boson check here. Make sure I'm not blowing it there. Okay, well, that's still undersized, right? All right, so I'm gonna go to 200. Let's dig down a little bit. Let's go 100 thou. Let's see if we can do that. Seems to be fine. Pretty happy. All right, sneaking up on it. That's a 740. It's probably not going to go. Yeah, it's a 739. So first rule of walking to go get pins is grab more than one. The one that you want to fit and the one that will probably fit. All right, so that's 739 right now. Our target is 742 diameter, so we're right there. All right, a little bit more. Always a good, satisfying sound. All right. Okay, ready for some arc action there? So that's what's next. So 541 is our secret number. And then 5/16 this way, 312. I'm probably going to cheat out a little bit in both the X and the Y, so just a couple thou, just to do some roughing. So yeah, let's see, let's go to 550 and 320. Let's do that. So it puts us a little farther from the actual arc center. That way we can rough away most of this material and then go back and get on the number and do kind of a lighter cut to so we get a good finish in there. So anyway, that's the theory. All right. Well, let's do a light pass and see how it goes here. Remember, we're going to go 300 degrees of rotation, so, and you can see it's slightly off, which is good. Let's go down 10 thou and see what it looks like here. Uh-oh, first problem. All right, we're nipping off the nose of the clamp there. Not much, but just a little bit. Okay, it's just mild steel. Yeah, this one does. This one looks okay. Okay, don't go past 300. And so our index mark is here. We go to 300, coming up. Good. Okay, then I'm gonna lift up, get out of there. Go back to 0. And then I'm gonna come down into my 10 thou again. Okay. And then I might as well do the whole profile. this is the finished pass here. So we're going to get on our numbers. Okay, got depth, and cross your fingers here. Yep, taking a little cut on the side there. What we want. And we're going to come up to the corner here. Hopefully it doesn't squeal on us. 41. Slow it down a little. Okay, close enough. Alright, come on, little buddy. Now we got to get a smooth rotation here. Back to 0. Come over here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come at it this way. Come into the corner that way. Okay. Number. Okay. Nice and easy. Good. Cutting. And go up to our number and then come up in Z to get out of there. Okay. Alright, finish looks pretty good. Alright, so looks like we're pretty much there. Now comes the actual interesting part, is separating the part that we want to keep from the waste here. So gone as far as I can on the rotary table here. Let's get those out of there. And there's our bit. And so I don't have a lot to hold on to there. I probably should have started with a little bit thicker piece, and then I could just part it off in the lathe, but that wouldn't be very exciting. Let's see what Mr. Bozo can come up with. All right, so we're going to remove the waste around the outside of this. Well, I told you we'd end up with an interesting way to cut this loose. So it's got about 1/8 of an inch or 100 thousandths of material left in the bottom. So I've got a clamp screwed down with a 1032 screw pretty tight. What we're going to do is just kind of walk around this profile and separate it from the waste stock. using this little key seat cutter here, which I can get down real close with. So go a couple thousandths over my desired dimension here. And we're off of the deck. Okay. Cross your fingers. Should be exciting. Or not. I still want to hit the washer in here. As I come up. This looks like it's mostly there. I think it's right in that intersection right there where I got a little spot that's, oh, all right. Just a little twist. Oh, I was a mile away from the washer. Yeah, okay. I was kind of chicken, so, all right. Well, there you go. Damn. And I, like a bozo, I rubbed, there's brass on that. I rubbed it with the, the tool there. Oh well. Okay, not bad. All right, we're gonna set up to do a couple holes in this bit here to finish this off. We got a hole in this area, and we got a hole down in this area. Then we got to do a, well, a better looking radius than that. So it's kind of a slightly interesting holding problem in that, you know, we've got this kind of open shape here. My dimensions are off of the center, so I want to pick up off of the center. And then, you know, like I said, we got this open situation, so we have to orient it square with the world this way. And so I kind of came up with a little idea here. We're going to use a pin, which will allow us to pick up off of the center, and then we'll support this whole mess underneath, and then put. I lucked out in that there's kind of a even number distance from this edge to this edge here, so I have a little shim that'll normal size shim that'll work. So actually, we're going to put it in kind of like that, and let me get the rig going here. So that's the start of that. And then this is just a high-speed tool bit. It happens to be 5/16 in this dimension, which is what we need here. So that sits down on the parallel, and then that's kind of straight with the world there. So, but now we need to clamp it, right? Because it's just on the pin. So add a couple more parallels here, just for fun. And this is one of the neat things about working on the mill is some of the setups, right? A lot of guys enjoy the kind of some of the setup challenges on the mill. All right, so I think we're pretty close here. I want to make sure I'm not shoving it into the radius there. Okay, in fact, I'm going to be pulling that out, 'cause, you know, until it's just barely hanging on, so that I can drill through that. So, all right, so we'll position that. I need to get my edge finder in there still. So it's pretty close, something like that. So then this is a device extender. Put a little bit of pressure on that. Okay, all right, and then, oop, did I have that in there? There we go. Okay, see, and then I can pull that out, but I can put it right under the, just enough to support it. And I may stuff something into that gap too when I drill through this, although I'm not going to be drilling with the whole bucket load of pressure there. So, oops, is that going to make it? Nope. I want to pick up off both sides of the pin, right, and do a kind of a center split. Let's do that. There she goes. And I need an extra hand here. Okay, so I think that's about it. And let's pick up the center and then we'll get to some drilling. Okay. Come all the way over here. I'm using the center line function of the DRO, which is pretty handy when you want to pick up the center or something pretty accurately. All right, and then that whatever's there gives me the exact midpoint of that, which is you know, for shafts and keyways and centers and stuff like that. It's kind of the hot tamale there. So the reason okay, so let's stick something in there. The reason I wanted to come off of the center was you know, I left this end a little bit long because I knew that I want to put a radius on that end, so I wanted to have a little extra material at the tip of the radius there. You know, something to file away, right? So if you're dead nuts on the on size there, then it's not so happy. All right, so let's do the reamed. This is going to be the pinhole here. So actually, you know what? I'm just going to leave that in there. I'll just drill through it. Let's see what I'm doing there. I barely want that under there. A little more. And I'll just drill through that thing. And then there should be air underneath if I did everything right. Okay. Success. There was air under there. Okay. A little more. Okay. That's right the way I want it. So we gotta shorten this screw a little bit to make it look good. So we're gonna use the handy dandy screw shortener. That's about right. So when you tighten, it's just made out of tubing. When you tighten that up, now the screw won't rotate, and I can go over to the belt sander and just bleep, knock that off. Be right back. That's how you screw up there. Okay. I'll just do the whole thing. I had to dip it, huh? All right, let that dry. So what this does is, it gives me I want to radius this, I got to do it all by hand. It just gives me a guideline to follow so that I keep it even when I go around. At least that's the idea. All the way around. All right, take the blue off and polish it up.